Hello and welcome to ThePrint. My name is Tarini Unikrishnan and you're watching Off Script, our daily entertainment wrap. We begin with Kangana Ranaut, who has turned her criticism of the student protest into a broader condemnation of Gen Z women. The actor and BJP MP wrote about what she called, quote, young Hindu women in a series of Instagram stories. She accused them of wanting the freedom and lifestyles associated with independent women without putting in the work required to become independent themselves. Ranaut called them, quote, generation gutter and described some young women as, quote, ugly and corrupt. She accused them of using their freedom for drugs, alcohol, and what she called, quote, endless body counts, while continuing to remain financially dependent on their parents. She also contrasted them with young women from earlier generations whom she described as more hardworking and ambitious. Her posts presented contemporary Gen Z culture as a decline in both appearance and values. The comments came after Ranaut criticized videos emerging from the Cockroach Janata Party-led student protests. Students and their supporters have been posting reels from the protest site, including videos set to songs, speeches, and footage of demonstrations. Ranaut called these protest reels, quote, puke-inducing, and said that watching them had made her want to take a digital detox. The latest posts go beyond the protest itself, extending her criticism to the politics choices and personal lives of young women. Ram Gopal Varma has entered the debate over NEET, education and artificial intelligence with a characteristically sweeping declaration. The filmmaker published a long post on X with the caption, quote, education should be killed. Varma questioned why students were still preparing for the National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test and spending years studying medicine when, according to him, artificial intelligence could already diagnose illnesses faster and more accurately than doctors. He argued that a medical student may spend close to a decade completing their education and training, while an AI system can rapidly process medical information drawn from a far larger body of data. Varma claimed that doctors could eventually become little more than middlemen between patients and artificial intelligence. He predicted that AI systems would perform much of a doctor's present work within 1 or 2 years. He also argued that the existing education system should be discarded and that young people should instead be taught how to use artificial intelligence effectively. The post comes amid the debate over examination leaks, NEET, and the CJP-led student protests demanding accountability from the Education Ministry. But Varma's argument treats access to information and the practice of medicine as though they are the same thing. The post does not address the role of physical examinations, clinical experience, communication with patients, or human judgment. It also does not explain who would be responsible when an artificial intelligence system gives incorrect or dangerous medical advice. Nevertheless, Varma's conclusion is unambiguous. Rather than reforming education to adapt to artificial intelligence, he believes the present system should simply be killed. The Delhi High Court has ordered the removal of the teaser for Kala Hiran, The Battle for Legacy, after Salman Khan approached the court. The film's title translates to Black Buck, and Khan argued that the promotional material attempted to associate him with the 1998 Black Buck poaching case. The teaser reportedly featured a character and circumstances which Khan said were designed to make audiences believe that the film was based on him and the criminal proceedings against him. Khan argued that the filmmakers had used his identity and the case without his permission. He said this violated his personality rights, commercially exploited his image, and could damage his reputation while legal proceedings connected to the case remain pending. The court directed that the teaser and the links through which it was being circulated be taken down within 24 hours. It observed that every minute the promotional material remained online was causing further harm to Khan's reputation. The court also said the teaser could create a public perception about a case which has not yet reached its final legal conclusion. The direction applies to the teaser and other promotional links identified before the court. It does not, at this stage, prevent the film itself from being completed or released. The film's director has said that he intends to challenge the order before the Supreme Court. A scene from Prakash Jha's 2011 film Aarakshan has resurfaced online as the Reservation Hatao Andolan draws attention on social media. The clip features Saif Ali Khan as Deepak Kumar declaring, "Aarakshan hamara janmasid adhikar hai," or "Reservation is our birthright." Social media users opposing the anti-reservation campaign have been sharing the scene as a rebuttal to demands that caste-based reservation should be removed. Posts accompanying the clip argue that reservation was introduced to address generations of caste discrimination and exclusion. They say it cannot be understood only as financial assistance or as a policy based on poverty. The film, which also starred Amitabh Bachchan, Deepika Padukone, Manoj Bajpayee and Prateek Babbar, followed a conflict over caste-based reservation in education. 15 years after its release, Aarakshan has returned to the same argument it was made about. This time, one of its most recognizable lines is being used as a political slogan on social media. And finally, Gauahar Khan has demanded an apology from Nikhil Chinapa after he invoked menopause while responding to her criticism of his gameplay on the reality show Alliance. Gauhar's husband Zaid Darbar is a contestant on the show. She had criticized Chinapa and Mini Mathur for what she believed was their treatment of Zaid and some of the other contestants. After his exit from the show, Chinapa was asked about Gauhar's comments. He responded that Mathur might better understand Gauhar's remarks because she, quote, deals a lot with menopause and perimenopause. Gauahar called the response, quote, ignorant and, quote, disgusting. She said a woman's opinion could not simply be dismissed by attributing it to menstruation, menopause, or perimenopause. She also clarified that her criticism had been strictly about Chinapa's gameplay and was not an attack on him as a person. Gauahar said, "I'm so glad that Zaid went inside and told Nikhil that I was fond of him. I still am. I think he's a great guy. I think he has a great personality and an amazing body of work. I have utter respect for him." "But what do you mean by saying Mini can comment because she deals with menopause and perimenopause?" she continued. "You're assuming that I'm at an age where I must be going through menopause or perimenopause, and that's why I have these viewpoints. That is ridiculous," Gauahar said. She also pointed out that she had given birth 9 months ago and told Chinapa to, quote, get your facts right. Her objection was not simply that he had guessed her age incorrectly. She said the larger problem was using menopause as a way to suggest that a woman's criticism was irrational or driven by hormones rather than engaging with what she had actually said. Gauahar said Chinapa owed an apology to his wife and to the other women in his life. Thank you for watching and do like, share and subscribe to The Print.